Andy. Youngest pain. Yeah, youngest pain. Youngest pain. I'm the youngest of my siblings. So, humans treat each other like trash, and some don't let blood change that. Sensing in the life, Pippa's strong. Master Doors ain't the life, Vin Diesel, but family. The role ain't Doors. Family is what you make of it. Example saying, Doors, your enemy is never a villain in his own eyes. Keep this in mind and may offer a way to make him your friend. If not, you can kill him without hate and quickly. Eh. I know people from their own perspective. They're not being a villain, right? But I feel like sometimes, like especially with family, right? I don't like. If you can't relate to this, I'm happy for you. But I feel like with my own family, it's like people are so just caught up in like the status quo, if that makes sense. And I want to say like their own lives were to the point where it feels like instead of having like a regular human interaction, it's like they'll purposely like make jabs at you in shit in order to boost themselves up, and like everything's like a dick measuring contest. Like, oh, this is what I did, or oh, this is where we're going, or oh, whatever, you know? It's like private schooling of the and everyone does it to each other, right? And then nobody notices until it like hits a nerve with themselves. If that makes sense, right? Like everybody will throw everybody else under the bus in order to establish like a clique, right? And then nobody has an issue with that until it happens to them. Like I remember one of my uncles used to like make constant fucking jabs at me, man. Used to make constant jabs at me, and nobody, like, even when I stood up for myself, I tried being like, okay, well, you know, like, these things make me uncomfortable, blah 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 blah, right? I had this small brain idea that, okay, there were these classes in school, right? There were these classes in school. Fuck, I can't remember the name. I had this class in school, but it was all about teaching you, like, good communication skills, like de-escalation and shit like that, right? And so I tried applying these things where, like, oh, instead of saying you did this and that's fucked up or whatever, it's stuff like oh, well, when you did this, it made me feel like this. And
that's
I feel like we can come to a compromise here. Emotional intelligence. It was like in the emotional intelligence classes and shit, conflict resolution, shit like that. That shit doesn't work. It does not work. It doesn't work. It works in like a formal environment, right? When you're trying to be like really professional with people. But when you try it on like other people, it's like family members. It's just, well, why are you making an issue of it? Well, just be the bigger person. Just grow a thicker skin. Blah 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 blah. It's like I would try and use these skills, right? I would try and be like, you know, when you do that, it makes me feel uncomfortable, and I would appreciate if we could talk about something else, right? And then it's like, I'm the weird one. I'm the weird one. The person who's making jabs, being a fucking asshole, whatever. They're not the weird one. It's just bands, man. It's just whatever. Like, it's, why are you making it weird? Jesus Christ, man. I feel like you guys know I don't mind banter. I like banter. Banter is like a mutual exchange. It's a back and forth. It's not, I'm going to try and drag you down in front of everybody to try and like humiliate you and shit. It's like, that shit! We'll do that shit all the time! I was asking for doors. The escalation can only work if the other means to escalate. That's true. That's true, man. You can tell when someone's shit talking. You can tell when somebody's shit talking. Banter is fun, not hurtful. Yeah, it can like err on the side of hurtful, right? Like I think like banter can get rough, right? That's fine, because it's still just banter. It's still not like you can go to like dark places or whatever with banter. But when it gets into personal attacks and shit, it's not banter. When the point is to drag other people down, to boost yourself up, to establish like a higher place in the family pecking order or whatever, it's not fucking banter, man. You're just being an asshole. You're just being an asshole. This is intent is what matters. I think so. I think so. People lagging. I don't know. But anyways, used to be such a dick. Would say like the most hurtful shit, just out of the blue. Would imply like that I'd be like a school shooter and shit. It was fucking like just mean shit. All right. And then I remember one year, nobody visited anybody. And they wrote a like one Christmas, nobody went to go visit anybody. And so they sent like a Christmas card or whatever. And they were like, I don't remember exactly how they worded it, but it was basically something about not wanting to stay with the rednecks or whatever. You know, like they didn't want to come over to our house because it was dirty or whatever the fuck, you know? And suddenly that's when people are upset. That's when it's too far. Not when this motherfucker is mercilessly picking on me and I'm asking him to politely stop, but only when we get called the redneck family. That's when it's an issue. Okay. It's like man, like it's just like these little moments, you know, where it's like you can really tell when you are at the bottom of the fucking totem pole, you know? You can just tell. It's like that moment that clicks when you're like, oh, it's okay for other people to treat you like this, but they don't allow each other to treat each other like this, and they expect you to just like stick around and shit. Fuck no. Their uncle and stuff, they invited me to go to like Disneyland with them. I was like, fuck no, fuck you. Alright? This isn't like an all expenses paid trip or whatever, alright? If you're gonna pay all my shit, you know, okay, sure. Okay, pay for all my shit. I'll put up with you. But I'm not gonna pay to go on vacation and deal with you motherfuckers. Things eating on BB. Haven't been able to watch stream because of my work and forever. And banter between bros is the same as shit talking / tearing down. But I can stand strong. Please telling about Google the narcissist prayer. I think it applies here. I feel like I've heard of that. You're amazing with $100. Can't relate. I'm sorry. Man. Narciss. Hold on. I can't spell. Narcissist prayer. That didn't happen, and if it did, it wasn't that bad. And if it was, that's not a big deal. And if it is, then it's not my fault. And if it was, I didn't mean it. And if I did, you deserved it. Yeah, pretty much.
God might get
now
nervous.
Apply that to literally every conversation ever. Hello, thank you for the $10. And then when you finally get tired of it all, and you fight back to any capacity, then it's game fucking over. All hell breaks loose. Hey, hello, Linger with 75 NTs. I failed 6 times and finally let me set. Now I have to wait 45 days, my money to come back. What? Are you okay? Then it's over, they won.
Right behind you.
It's just never really happened to me except for one uncle, which my mom warned me about, and I had my clapbacks ready, but it never happened. Oh. Then they get butthurt. Then it's like they're breaking your shit, or they're like stomping around the house, or they're fucking. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. You learn, chat. You learn to just roll over and die. Smithable 11 herbs and spices hanging for Lord. Pippa is at the top of our totem pole. Pippa love. Yo, boy, then come to be. Hooray for gift subs. Pippa love. And it's just, they wonder why I'm chronically online. I used to get that so much, man. I used to get that so much. It's like, why don't you come down and hang out with the family? Because I fucking hate you people. Because you treat me like shit. And because you're not, like, taking a fucking mallet to my head or whatever, apparently I'm not allowed to feel bad about it. You know? I'm not allowed to feel bad and dislike you people for constantly fucking ragging on me, making fun of me, making fun of my interests, joking about killing my animals, being just general douchebags about everything unless it's something that you think is going to benefit you in the future. Like, oh, it's cool when Pippa's interested in the computer, when it means she might get a job in Silicon Valley and make buco fucking bucks, then she's worth something. But when she's playing them damn video games, well, her mother is a failure for allowing her to do that. Oh my god. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Blah, 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 blah.
I've got your back.
Come down and spend time with the family. Everything you love is stupid. You are a worthless individual. Blah, 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 blah. Come spend time with us. I don't know why you don't want to spend time with us. All we're going to do is sit on the couch and watch fucking football. Why don't you come sit with us? Why don't you come talk with us? I'm sorry, I don't want to drink beer or overpriced wine and watch fucking football. No, thank you. I will stay in the guest room playing on my fucking Game Boy. Thank you. Seems a little things and boys. Until I was 20, my family tried to make me sit with the children and treated me like a child. Oh my god. The worst fucking years, man. The worst fucking years. It's like until you agree to be like a fucking alcoholic, it feels like you're a kid, right? It feels like when you're sitting at the table, if you don't agree to do, I don't know how common of an experience this is, man. But like, I remember, it's like, I don't know, it feels like if you don't like adopt like all of their habits and all of their interests, you're gonna get sit with the kids. It's so just weird. It's so weird. And even like with my parents, they'd be like I remember like as a teenager, like them constantly like bickering about like whether or not I'm technically an adult. And it's like, man, I'm still in middle school. What do you mean? After I turned 18, I started eating alone, and after 21, I stopped going altogether. I mean, new thing is, I know how you feel, Pippa, believe me. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. This rant needs to be clipped because it is hard. When the problem asks you what's the problem, okay, when somebody asks you what the problem is, and you tell them as gently as possible, and you give them like an out, so to speak, right? Where it's like, oh, you know, this kind of made me feel uncomfortable, but I understand. This is bad, so whatever. I would appreciate like going forward if you didn't say things like that again. And they still get fucking mad at you, and they still act like they're the fucking victim in the situation. And it's like I gave you the out. I didn't have to be this nice. I didn't have to try and like. Oh man, that's actually. Mr. Anime AMV making a new one. I can relate to the family issues, but mine don't even pretend to care about me. Hell, my brother shot me last year? What do you mean your brother shot you? What the fuck? That's a dojo boy. I'm on the kin, dad kin, at least where are these D-bags? They are! No. YouTube sucks lately. YouTube has sucked lately. YouTube has sucked. Been drinking with the family for years and they still treat me like a kid. Maybe I'm just assuming then. Maybe I'm assuming that if I drank more or whatever, I'd be included in the group more. I don't know. What you guys think on BB nice weather we're having, huh? Yeah. This is just. Did you shoot him back? Did you shoot him back? Are you alive? As soon as I start making bag and living in Silicon Valley and have lots of friends and lots of and love everyone, now all of a sudden you guys care about me. I'm literally in pain mentally right now. Not until you understand. I don't think I'm 1.1. Do you get shivers when people refer to Face Connect as a family? Not really. Unbelievable doors. In my 20s, I'm still told to sit at the kids' table for every family gathering. Jesus Christ. It's a blatant fucking othering technique, man. It's like the old guard versus like the, oh, well, fuck you. You're not part of us. I'm coming. When I would call my mom out on her BS, she would say, I'm not arguing with you anymore, and then ignore me and call her friends and shit talk about me. Oh my god! I know, right? When they start calling other fucking relatives and stuff. Oh my god! I guess it's boxing it indoors. Oh man. When you... Oh, there it is. Thank you. Man. Holy shit. Oh. 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 Oh dear. 'Oh man. 0 kilobytes a second. Ah! Ah! Oh. 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 The Pegasus boxing with the... Oh man.
Time to die, hero. Die! You're a fool to fight.
We see you. The stream's flying?
Mercy.
It keeps dropping down.
I'll kill you if I have to.
We're back? Alright. Pegasus boxing is $10. My brother is... Oh my god, it keeps dropping. My brother is just listen to me. He's the youngest. I'm the oldest. He insults me and talks shit to my parents. Oh, and my parents are blind. Even after attacking his girlfriend and the cops arresting him, they don't believe me. That's how it is, man. That's how it is. It's like... I don't know what like the actual psychology is behind it, but what it feels like is it just feels like other people have priority, you know? No go hippo trucker thing for doors. I feel like parents and millennials used to treating their children as kids is their way of holding on to their youth. I'm in my 30s, still the baby. Trim is as stable as a storm. You've been back to shitty quality? Phoenixing Dolores moving away is the best thing I did for my sanity. Same! Listen, man. Listen. If your family situation sucks, just move. Just move. It's hard. Moving is hard. And it might take you a while. But get the fuck out of there. You'll love them so much more. Yeah, and then come bing. I can seriously relate to the mother. Oh, my mother sent me to a home when I was 9 and then fought my dad in court for 6 years to prevent him from taking me, and I still have people telling me to forgive her. Fuck her. Fuck her. Fuck anyone that's like, oh, well, forgiveness is really about... Oh my god, I died again. Sleepy dancing in front of relationships are two-way streets. You shouldn't be expected to respect someone if they don't respect you, even if they're family. F them. It's like...
I'll show you what a real orc can do.
Someone else isn't forgive. I don't think you need to forgive somebody. Right? I think you can... I think the important thing is forgiving yourself, right? And acknowledging that like you don't have to be the person that people try to turn you into and stuff. You don't have to live affected by other people's shitty behavior and stuff. You know? You're free to let go of that pain. You don't have to hold on to it. But you don't have to forgive them. Fuck them. Well, fuck them. It's just I don't know. And then yeah, another day thing with 400. I love the family, not gonna lie, but when my mom pretends like she never makes a mistake or never says words that break our hearts, or so one day I treated her the same bullshit she did to us, broke her into sobbing within half an hour. Yep. If you don't actually forgive someone, saying you forgive them is pointless because nothing changes afterwards. I just don't get the point. You know? I genuinely feel like people Like shitty people like that. It's just better. It's just better to forget they even exist. You know? Best badges and for doors. I wish I could say I can relate, but I think it's more complicated than that. I'm an a-hole too. Granted, I've never done pennies at people. I mean, listen, this isn't like, oh man, I was such a victim. I never did anything stupid. I was never mean to anybody. Right? There were plenty of times where I was the asshole in a situation. But from my perspective on things,
There. Come on.
growing up, right, with family. You're growing up with your family. They're the ones that are supposed to guide you to... They're the ones that are unironically supposed to be the bigger person. It's their job. It's literally their job, you know? And if they're not going to be... I'm not saying they have to be doormats or whatever, or that they have to just take shit from you or whatever the fuck, right? But if they're going to create the negative environment, you just don't have to put up with that. It's like, why? If they weren't good to you and they didn't respect you when you were younger, why would they respect you when you're older? Right? Because you're never going to learn to respect yourself if you're surrounded by people that don't respect you. And they're never going to respect you even if you do respect yourself. Because they just don't respect you. It's just like, you know? They have their priorities. You are not one of them. Your well-being has never been one of them, even when you needed it. So it's just not worth it. No go hippo trucker link my doors. By the way, the trucker part of my job is real. If you're over 21 and in the USA, get your Class A and enjoy the freedom of the road. $800 to $1,200 a week. There you go, chat. Takes a long while to do it. It does. It does. My mom is super proud of the fact that she's stubborn and never admits she's wrong, and I've just given up on fighting anything she says. I hate that shit so much, man. When people take pride, when people take like unabashed pride in being like quote unquote like a bitch, or it's like people like older. I don't know, like older. It's just certain kinds of people. They just like they cling to parts of their personality. Cling to these specific parts of their personality that are negative, and they act like if they own it, that makes it not a negative anymore, or that you can't be mad because it's just who they are. And it's like, if you're a fucking asshole, you're not quirky, you're just an asshole, and the only other people you're ever going to be surrounded by are other fucking assholes. Fuck nothing, my boy. Dude, my mom was robbing me of hundreds of dollars with my dad's alimony. My dad's alimony every month while I was living paycheck to paycheck during college. Went to France 2 times. Jesus Christ. And girl boss shit. Everything with noise. This is motivation to become rich so you can use your wealth to make their lives miserable. This way. For a while, I hope to become, like, a doctor. Because I used to watch these, like, doctor vlogs and stuff on YouTube. Where it'd be like, life in the hospital. And it's like they basically live like 24 hours on call, sleeping at the hospital. They're making like 500,000 fucking dollars. They buy beautiful homes and shit, and they're never home, and they never have any responsibilities. Berserk rating of the 333 for better or worse. We're glad you're in a better spot now, despite all those moments. God, my stream is dying. God, we got so sidetracked. All those moments growing up, you may never let go to that, but you still fucking make it, but you only am. If I respect that of your own. Thank you. Thank you. You got this shit, please, chat. Alright, if you're still living with... If you're not living in your ideal situation, you can get out of it, you know? You can get out of it, and it might feel like it's forever away. It might feel like You're not making any progress, or the progress is happening so slowly, nothing's ever gonna happen. But keep your eyes out for opportunity. And once it happens, it'll happen so quickly. And it'll feel so good to be free, you know? Like, I love my parents, right? I love my parents. But I don't enjoy living with my parents. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, alright? You can still love your family. You might not just enjoy living with them. Alright? Frosty J thing, and Lord, just because someone is part of the family doesn't mean you have to be close. Had an aunt that lived with my family for months without paying rent. She even laughed at my stepfather when he asked for it. Yep, I've seen those. Mother of the thing, Laura's family can have a warped way of the recognizing it's better to just walk away from it. This is exactly what you started going up. Agreed.
You're a fool.
Even if they don't have negative intentions, malicious intentions, or whatever, you know, if it's okay to be selfish, Dad.
Now you'll pay.
I know, growing up, that's like the big thing that you're not allowed to be. You know, you're not allowed to prioritize your dreams. You're not allowed to prioritize your dreams. You're not allowed to prioritize your well-being. Right? Somebody was mean to you, well, you have to be the bigger person. Somebody did something bad to you, well, you have to forgive it. You can be selfish, Jack. And you have to be. Surrogate communism. It's unironically a weak mindset. I'm gonna sound like an asshole, but it's a weak fucking mindset to be like, you have to live your life for everybody else. You have to cater to everybody else. Alright? Don't be an asshole to your family. Right? I think it's good to support your family when you have the means to do so and shit, right? But you're allowed to be selfish. You're allowed to put yourself first. You know? Being selfish is okay as long as it doesn't hurt other people. You might hurt other people, right? Because that's the thing. Other people will get their happiness from tearing you down. Other people will get their happiness from controlling you. Other people will get their happiness being the crab in the bucket and making sure that you never escape because they never did. You know? And it's going to hurt them. But you just have to focus on yourself. You have to care about yourself the most, you know? And you're told you're not supposed to do that, and you're told, well, that's cruel, or that's psychopathic, or that's like, well, how could you do that, or blah 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 blah. And it's like, every action has a consequence. Don't be afraid of that. Yeah, it's. You should recognize when people do have your best interest at heart, but you should learn how to work around that accordingly, right? You should learn how their actions are actually affecting you. Because what's best for them, a vast majority of the time, is not going to be what's best for you. Amir laughing, complete weather forecast. It's windy with a side of emotional deep talk. I needed to hear this. I'm glad you're listening then, Arya. Play champion diddly do it. But more is that I don't know what I want, so I just live to help others. If that's what makes you feel good, then go for it. You know? You don't have to live your life in any specific way. Oh, wait, he does a super chat rating stream. I need to. In the end, you're your best advocate, yeah. I can't wait for the single edit of this. Oh, God. Yeah. For me personally, my family's father treats me like a long-lost son when I visited them. Aww, made me cry being greeted with hugs and kisses. Those were the best 2 years of my life.
Got your back.
That's wholesome. That's wholesome. Just cancel my therapist appointment now! Don't cancel your therapist!
I'm right behind you.
Thing about dollars. There are selfish people, and then there are selfless people. You don't have to be either, especially all the time. Exactly. You don't have to be either all the time. But I think it's better to err on the side of being selfish, because at the end of the day, you're securing your future. I know that's not the nice take. I know that's not like the be everyone's friend, whatever take. But you need to take care of yourself before you can take care of other people. JJ Dog, income big 50. Basically trying not to hurt people who don't deserve it if you can. Yeah. And don't let people who do hurt you stay in your life for too long. Okay. Jason Readington, Lars, I love my parents too, but it can be painful to be around them for extended times. I always wanted me to be normal, and I can feel the disappointment that I'm not seep out every so often. Hurts. I feel that. I feel that. Can you be my therapist? No, I can't be your therapist. Ah.
Captured a porta potty being blown across a road in
Screw being nice. Nice people get shit on. No, you should still be nice. You should still be nice to people. It's just you shouldn't prioritize anyone else's well-being over your own.
China. Meanwhile, the guy inside it.
Porta potty time. Ah!
In a matter of seconds, this flow of water turns into a river.
A lot of people feel like they need permission to be selfish. Chat, I'm giving you permission to be selfish. Alright? You don't need anyone's permission, but I'm personally telling you that I want you not to hurt other people, okay? Don't go like out of your way to hurt other people. And try your best to not hurt people when you have the opportunity. But reality is, you know, sometimes I'm gonna sound like a fucking asshole, but like sometimes to protect yourself, you have to hurt other people.
I've got your back.
You know? Sometimes to have a future at all, you have to do things that are going to upset other people. And a lot of the time, they'll try and make it seem like it's worse than it is, right? A lot of the times, it's how could you do this to me? How could you leave me? How could you blah 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 blah, right? And think about what's in their best interest, and think about what's in your best interest. And you don't have to compromise. Thank you, $10. Pippa, have you ever read the works of Ayn Rand? No, I have a copy of Atlas Shrugged and I never read it. Google Blitzing, Gumby. Can't believe it's been 4+ months, Pippa, but real talk, so look after yourself first is the main reason I've never sticked a relationship. Nico, $2 is like a plane. Secure your oxygen mask first. Rabbit, $2. Since we have permission, we demand feet pics. Coordinator, $2. Term therapy uses is self-interested, not selfish. Okay, well maybe that's a better term. Maybe that's a better term. Read Ayn Rand, please. I heard Ayn Rand sucks. The Pegasus boxing doors. There are nice people and there are selfish people, and then there are people who leak classified military documents on War Thunder for the 4th time. Ragnar, for doors. Anyone that tells you to be altruistic just want to exploit you because altruism is self-destruction for others' benefits. I think at the end of the day, being selfless is usually for selfish reasons, right? And once you truly, I feel like, understand that, it becomes easier to make other selfish, quote-unquote, decisions, you know? Because it's like you're allowed to be selfish when it has good optics.
Still here.
You're allowed to be selfish when it appeals to other people and benefits their interests. But when you focus on your own interests, when you care about your own interests the most, when you put your own interests first, then it's an issue. And again, I'm not saying like go rob people because it's in your best interest or whatever, right? You should still have like morals, ethics. You shouldn't fucking hurt people. You shouldn't, but again, sometimes you have to, right? You're starving to death? Okay, maybe you should steal, all right? I'm not telling you to go steal. Use your best fucking judgment. Use common sense. But if you're starving, you need food, maybe you need to steal. Maybe that's just how it is. The world's not black and white. Mess with those $8. Be nice until you can't. Sawa-sama. Kyuko Blitzing. Baby, can't believe it's been 4+ months, Pippa. But real talk, look after yourself first is the main reason. Oh, I heard that. This young thing, come big Pippi. Does that thing for the $5. Here's my first payment for the Pakistani radicalization seminar. No! Oh my god.